Monaco is widely considered the hardest track on the F1 calendar, but did you know that it used to be even harder than what we know today? In 2003, changes were made to the swimming pool and racecast to change them into what we know today, but it used to be a much slower and narrower section of the lap. In this video, I will be driving 100 laps of the 2002 layout of Monaco, with the goal of setting a lap under 1 minute 17.5. So coming on to the first lap, as you can imagine, it's not going to be the greatest of laps, we hit the wall before the lap even starts. Turn 1 wasn't actually that bad, all things considered, but as we come into Casino Square, we run very wide and bounce off the bump there. But then coming down into the end of Sector 1, again, it's not actually that bad for a first lap, but we continue on into Lewin Hairpin. Well, we keep it too close to the inside wall there, but it's actually not that bad. The corner after leading into the tunnel also wasn't that bad. But the Nouveau chicane wasn't the best. We had to stop turning in to make sure I didn't hit the wall. But other than that, it wasn't so bad. But then this corner wasn't that bad either. But then we cut the swimming pool because we suck. Hit the wall into this corner. And then moving on to Rascas. Well, we don't actually take it that bad. We missed the apex by a country mile. But other than that, it's not actually the worst in the world. Then we hit the wall again because we're talented. And yeah, that's our first lap at 1 minute 19.2. Moving on to a few laps later, we're 4.5 temps up. But as you may notice, the best lap time doesn't match what we did before. That's because I had to restart the session because I needed to go AFK. So the delta doesn't actually properly match the best time. But I wanted to showcase the Sector 3 because it's actually taken pretty well, even like compared to the end of the session. So we missed the apex yet again at Rascas, but other than that, it's actually quite a good Sector 2, and it's 1 minute 18.829 lap. 10 laps later, we're coming into Sector 2, 2 temps up, but we're not going to have the best of Sector 2s here. But my Lewis Hairpin was actually quite good here. We hugged the apex quite nicely, but on exit, we come into the next corner, we have a little bit of a steer on the apex, and then we run a little bit wide here, and we have bad limit speed. So yeah, we're a tenth and a half down. In the Nouveau chicane, we missed the apex because I missed the downshift, but the Sector 3 here is actually quite a good one. But we have a slight bit of oversteer going down into 3rd instead of sticking in 4th, and here we accidentally downshifted to 4th instead of staying in 5th. Hit the wall there, and from coming up to Rascas now, we brake quite early, have a snap of oversteer going down into 3rd. Missed the apex once again, like I keep doing so far. And then coming down onto the final straight to set a 1 minute 18.3. 4 even, my bad. Next up we set 1 minute 18.3, but then after this I get into a bit of a drought where I'm just not improving. As you can see, as the laps tick by, the delta's always plus XYZ. I did not improve in this period until 3 laps later where we were actually up for the first time in a while from Sector 1. And then Sector 2 we lost 2 hundredths, which isn't much, and here we just diabolically cut the corner, and this is where we gained the majority of the time. As you can see, it's a 17.9, but I'm not like truly happy with that because of the massive corner cut that I did. A few laps later, I realised that my high tyre pressures were causing my extreme tyre temperatures, because for some reason I thought that having higher tyre pressures meant better tyre temps. So I went and lowered them significantly, as well as increasing my ride height by a significant amount, because I thought that it would help me with the bumps. Spoiler alert, it had the opposite effect. Many laps later, we actually start to improve again now that we've made these changes. But I mean, we're only we're not 6-1 up, but it's still an improvement. But we slide going into Lewin Hairpin, and the rest of the lap isn't really worth covering, but we do improve to a 1 minute 17.8. Then on lap 56, coming into the Sector 3, we're 3 temps down, but we managed to put on almighty Sector 3 and still managed to find an improvement. So we take the swimming pool like a champion, we cut the corner, and then we go down into the Rascas. We actually take it quite well here. Once again, missing the apex by a mile, but I never really got it right, ever. I nearly clipped the wall there, but like we nailed the apex, and we go to 1 minute 17.855 because I cut the corner like a champion. Didn't make any more improvements in the rest of the night. This is the next day, and we are on track for a good lap here. So I actually made some changes that I didn't want to do initially. I lowered the radiator and brake duct size to 1, and the reason I didn't want to actually do this is because it meant I'd have to do an outlap every single time, because the engines would just overheat at an insane rate, and I'd only be able to do 1 lap at a time. But I needed to get the extra power from the extra engine mode. Well, it's not an extra engine mode, but more power from the engine radiator. But coming into Razgas here, it's probably the best I actually took it all day. And coming through the final corner here, we're actually going to get very close to the overall goal of a 1 minute 17.699. It's doable. It is doable. Perfect lap. We can do it. I can find 2 turns. I know I can. 7 laps later, we managed to go 4/500ths up through sector 1, and we're looking good for another improvement here. Coming into sector 3, we have quite a nice swimming pool here, and then we also have a good follow through, but unfortunately we hit the wall, and that is actually going to be ultimately what costs me from completing the goal. I'm going to struggle to beat that lap. I need to replicate that, but without hitting the wall in sector 3. It's the only way I can see myself beating it. That lap was pretty much perfect for me. And on the next lap, we're slightly down coming into sector 1, but this is by far and away the best sector 2 that I ever did. So we hooked the apex to the Lewis heifer quite nicely. We come in here, nearly clip the inside wall, but that's what you want. You want to nearly clip it. Same with him, we actually managed to clip the apex beautifully, riding the inside curve. And here we're going to end up being 3.5 tenths up from our personal best lap. And at this point, all I'm thinking is, don't bottle it. I just need to I can lose 3 tenths, and then I'm still going to achieve the goal. But unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. We actually take quite a nice swimming pool here, but we have a slight bit of oversteer on exit, and then we run really deep into the corner, making me carry terrible wind speed on exit. We take a really beautiful Razcast. Have a slight bit of oversteer, carrying plumbing and speed, and unfortunately, it's going to be a 1 minute 17.8. So confident I didn't bottle it. How did I lose house? Good that. My God. Again. Got 5 laps left. Locked. That's why I did a phone call. I've done it, but not in the way I want to. So as I said, I'm not very happy with how I achieved the overall goal. But looking back through the footage, I did cut the swimming pool and the New Belgium chicane quite a lot. So it's not actually the end of the world. I didn't show the rest of the laps, all four of them, because there was no point. I didn't improve on the 0.473, so I didn't see a reason to show them. Um, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to like and subscribe because I editing this really wasn't fun for me because 99% of the footage was in complete silence. So it was very tedious to just go through nothing and then come up with things to say about it. So I'm probably not going to do a video like this again unless it actually does well, which I doubt it, to be honest. I don't really feel like it's that great of a video. Check out the playlist on the card on screen for my career mode. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.